Warning, brave adventurer. This episode of Echoes of Honor may contain adult language or adult themes. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello everybody.
Hello
There. Welcome back to the Lost Archives. It is wonderful to see your gorgeous faces. We are here. We are playing the Cosmere RPG campaign, Echoes of Honor, set in the Stormlight Archive. We are very excited to be back. Super keen to dive on in. We've got an apology tonight from Matt. Unfortunately, he is unable to make it. He is having to completely empty his garage and nearby environs. He may be joining us much later. I think he probably won't be able to join us at all. That normally takes a lot longer than people expect to move everything they own from a location into another location. I think he's getting his garage like epoxied or something tomorrow morning quite early. And the poor sucker had work today. Raph, it's lovely to have you back. How you feeling, buddy?
I am alive, and I'm stoked about that, which is honestly pretty good. Yep, shingles is a sack of shit. Don't recommend it. It's knocked me out for practically a whole month at this point, but we're coming good. Slowly coming good.
Yeah, that's really good to hear. I'm pleased to hear you've chased off the rot spren and you're feeling much better again. That is good to hear. And we ended on a bit of a cliffhanger last week with Neivien about to make a roll to read through the contract that Alaran has been provided by the Highprince Bethab for working with them. So this is really a moment for you to either make Alaran a lot safer, or not that. So we'll jump back in with that very shortly. Other news to share, nothing else super crazy to share behind the scenes. Just a lot of hype for Mistborn. Some information's been coming out. I've been getting access to some like early stuff, and it's looking really exciting. I'm beyond excited for Mistborn. I think we all know that. I think we all know how excited I am. It's going to be really cool. And that's pretty much all the fun news to share. So let me do the recap. Let us dive on into the session, and we shall begin. Our story has been following the survivors of a brutal attack on a Bethab caravan, heading from Aelthi to the Shattered Plains. Neivien, Rav-eth, Alaran, Ztar, and Hula have found themselves embroiled in the political machinations of the Aelthi from the moment they arrived at the war camps, drawn into investigating a deeper conspiracy involving House Thanadel. The team have just emerged from their first high storm on the Shattered Plains, having solved a murder in the storm shelter. Pulled into the investigation as a result of Ztar's excellent Tashik information broker disguise, the team found themselves teaming up with Alindri from the House Colon Guards as they attempted to uncover the truth behind the suspicious death of a merchant. Through their efforts, the team determined that the victim, Kavasi, was likely killed by a malfunctioning Fabrial. Initially designed to protect the storm shelter from the damaging winds and force of a high storm, it had been transformed by a single cracked gemstone into a dangerous device capable of manipulating pressure in a small localized field. With this determination, only one main suspect was left, the ardent Eskian, who soon confessed to the accidental killing when pressured by the team. Now back at the Bethab war camps, the group have been faced with a difficult choice. Do they accept the role as examiners for Bethab, or remain independent to pursue the assassins that targeted their caravan? Eventually, it was decided the need for extra resources outweighed the detriments of being pulled further into the great game of houses. Alaran, Neivien, and Rav-eth meeting with the chief scribe Dala and signing on as Bethab's examiners. Meanwhile, Hula and Ztar had run-ins with strange spren. Ztar swearing an oath to his high spren 4201333769 and suddenly breathing in stormlight, like the lost radiance of old. And that is where we left off last session. We're going to dive straight back in. Neivien, Rav-eth, and Alaran are currently seated at a small antechamber, a small side chamber off from the main sort of like the command center in the center of Bethab's war camp. Dala has been talking through with you, Neivien, going through the details of the contract and a little bit of extra information, revealing that a messenger had actually come from House Colon reporting that House Bethab had been instrumental, or representatives of House Bethab had been instrumental in solving a accidental death in a storm shelter, and that there would be a chance to be thanked officially by House Colon at a soon-to-be revealed date. So that was kind of like the big reveal that you were dealt with before Highprince Darla, before Chief Scribe Darla pushed, she's killed the Highprince and taken his place. Before Chief Scribe Darla pushed a ream of paper across to you, Neivien. The understanding of this contract is that this is a temporary basis. There are many exit clauses to allow both parties to pull the plug if they feel like things aren't progressing in the interests of both groups. But the main meat and potatoes of this, or the main chowder of this, is that you are going to be investigating the situation with the attack on the Bethab caravan, specifically trying to discover what had happened, why it happened, and who was behind it. They are the three key pieces of information that need to be reported back in this instance. So, Neivien, for the first roll of the night, I really am going to need for you to roll a really good high number. I'm thinking for examining this particular document, deduction probably stands out as the highest, most appropriate stat, but I'm willing to accept arguments for another stat if you'd prefer.
No, I think if I'm rolling for contract law, deductions probably
kind of fits.
I'd agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Off we go.
I'm gonna contribute a decisive command to this as well.
Oh, very nice. So talk us through... I need to refresh your camera, sorry. Ash, talk us through Decisive Command really quickly, because Raph, I don't think, has seen Decisive Command in action. I think Neivien hasn't seen that, because that's from your level up last week. Speaking of... Oh, no, you had it before. But Neivien, we should actually... Raph, you have actually leveled up. We should go through your level up really quickly. Have you done your level up? No, there's a look of panic in his eyes. Oh, he has!
No,
hey!
I did do the level up. What did I do in the level up? I don't think I did anything surprising, to be honest. Hang on, let me just pull it
I'm assuming
open.
You continued to pursue the Artifabrian path in the Scholar's Tree?
Pretty much, yeah. I just kind of followed that. I'm struggling to see how I can actually just look at what I did, because I did it 2 weeks ago.
If you pull open the character builder, I think it should show you what you've taken at each. It's right next to the long rest button.
Found it. So I must wait for it to load in.
I think you might have taken Fine Handiwork. When crafting advanced features cost 1 upgrade instead of 2. That seems new.
Yes, I took... Here we go. Sorry, gang. I obviously increased my attribute points and increased my skill ranks. And yes, I took Fine Handiwork as my funky, fresh, fun addition, which my dedication to quality and love for innovation ensures that my designs stand out from the crowd. When I craft an item or invent a fabrial, I can spend 1 upgrade to apply an advanced feature instead of spending 2 upgrades. You can only benefit from this talent once per item. So,
there are some really cool, specifically listed upgrades there and advanced features, but there's also options for specific ones. So you and I can have a chat whenever you want about specific things.
Excellent.
What was that? Sorry, Harris? What was that?
Like detecting lies?
Like detecting lies. Yeah, exactly. Perfect. Okay, so Alaran has done his Decisive Command, which is giving you a 4 to that roll. Your roll was an 8 plus 5 for your bonus to deduction, 13 total, plus the 4 from Alaran takes you up to a 17. Neivien, as you read through the contract, there are really no standout, sneaky traps laid in this documentation for you for Alaran. This is actually pretty standard and really quite loosely worded. You could argue really any exit that you want to get out of this contract at any point that you want. It's been set up deliberately to make it quite easy for both parties to terminate this agreement. There is a further clause that does stand out to you as being a little bit on the more curious side, which is that it indicates if you do continue to persist this relationship after after you've discovered who it is, if you've met those requirements, it does seem there's another contract, a more involved one that probably ties you much closer to House Bethab and includes a marriage clause somewhere in there too. Now that's not going to affect you for the moment, but there is potentially a little thing there for Alaran to be aware of. This doesn't affect you, Neivien. This is more for Alaran. If he does excel, if he excels in this position and distinguishes himself, there is a clause there for political marriage. Should specifically Darla find a suitable match, is what is fascinating. Not with Darla, she's a lot older than Alaran, but like more, yeah, they're not with this contract. But if you excel and distinguish yourself and choose to stay on, there is a clause there for that.
Amend it to include it with this contract.
You could do that. You absolutely could do that. That'd be very easy to do, and Alaran would have no idea that you've done it. He can't read.
I look over it all and kind of read through the current details out loud with everyone to make sure they're aware. It all seems fairly straightforward, to be honest. And looking at this, there's quite a number of ways out for us if we should need to. Honestly, if we're going to be signing anything, this is actually quite acceptable from what I can see here. Alaran, just out of curiosity, how do you feel about the idea of marriage?
What?
Oh, just in general terms. Are women something that interests you?
Alaran starts sweating nervously and looking around the room, worried about what's
I think you'll find Alaran
here.
doesn't sweat. Quite fair. No. Carry on. Sorry, I couldn't resist. This will age very well, I'm sure.
Neivien, why?
Well, I mean, you don't
Will that
exactly
help?
strike me as a ladies' man, and I mean that nicely, I suppose.
Yes, you're a man's man, Alaran.
Alaran's confused of how to take this entire conversation about marriage when we're looking at a investigator's contract.
Rav-eth also
we are
looks a
looking
bit
at
confused.
the right contract, right? Neivien, this is the contract for the Bethab investigation.
Oh yes, this one is. Yes, absolutely.
There's another one?
Well, yes, there's this one, but it's one that doesn't really apply at this time. So I was just kind of, seeing how you feel about marriage, I guess.
It honestly hasn't come up much.
I believe that.
Oh, yep.
Fucking hell,
Right.
mate. Savage.
Well, looking at this, if
I
we
can't
do,
read it.
Oh, no, I know. That's why I'm about to explain it to you.
Oh.
This additional one, if we do well with our investigation and assuming, both parties are happy with the way everything's traveling, there is this secondary document which does fall under a separate contract predominantly, but if we were to sign it, it may alleviate some of the tensions that your house has been facing.
It's a very good way of putting it, Neivien. You watch as Darla, who's still sort of sitting there, trying not to look like she's listening to every single word that you're sharing. She's pretending to kind of read a document in front of her, sorry. You watch as she cracks a little smile, Neivien, and gives you a bit of a nod before turning back to the document, pretending to read once again.
Yeah, Alaran just looks to Neivien, looks to Rav-eth, and is pretending like he can follow along with this at all. His full faith is in Nevien's words and is just looking back and forth. Yes, I think my greatest concern in signing this, Neivien, is if this contract traces us back to the caravan, and that puts the rest of the survivors at risk, which is why I'm happy for my name to be the thing that is on this page.
How many days has it been since we like? How long until we would anticipate the survivors make it to us?
Oh.
Survivors have made it back to you. They I think we went through. They arrived at the outer market just before the high storm, not too far before that. Okay. So the rest of the group who were there, that was might have even been the day before. Now that I'm thinking back, because like Darla had already got information on that when she. I mean, when you kind of tried to lie to her about the presence of a shard bearer, she's like, I've spoken with the survivors. Like, there were guards there who belonged to our house. They've told me what happened. Like, what are you doing? So they are back. The survivors have arrived back.
Okay. I take your point, Alaran, and I think, you raise a good point to be cautious. You know me, being cautious is important, I would say. I see no issue with this current contract for it to be signed by yourself on our behalf for these future endeavors and, I suppose, employment. This additional contract, however, to be completely blunt, it would more fulfill your house's political machinations more than it would fulfill your requirements, in my personal opinion. Basically, you sign this and you authorize her to find you a bride.
I turn and look at it's Lady Darla, right? Yep.
Yeah.
Why would that be in there?
It is part of a broader strategy that House Bethab employs. I'm surprised you weren't informed of this by your father. We normally do try and, for those who have distinguished themselves in certain areas, try and find matches for them amongst key opportunities to help further the goals of the house. It's a pretty standard part of the contract. I mean, your father probably had something similar in place in mind for you anyway, at least this way. You have much more of a say. It's not your family telling you what to do. It's more us finding a potential match, if there was one that could work out in both your benefit and House Bethab's. Plus, at some point, working as a examiner for Lord Bethab, you are going to need a scribe that you can trust. And Neivien, obviously, is someone you can trust implicitly, but there are expectations on...
You watch as she kind of pauses, not really wanting to say too much more, partly because she's an unmarried woman working as the chief scribe of House Bethab. So she, like you can see, she's aware of the hypocrisy of what she's about to say. And she kind of stumbles a bit and then just falls silent.
Alaran looks to Neivien and is like, it's... No, that sounds very good. That contract and that seems proper. And he understands that. That's yes. Father talked about things like this with successful work.
I'm just going to lean in close and just kind of whisper to him. We don't need to make a decision on this immediately. This is an extra part of the contract only if we do well in their service. I understand that it's a big point, and I understand that you have a lot of things that you are trying to accomplish on behalf of your family here. And I understand you've spent a lifetime of being dictated to. Believe me, I do. Take some time. Maybe there's a way to weasel out a certain level of autonomy from an arrangement like this that will both serve your family and also yourself. A marriage, whilst legally binding, can have certain freedoms for the right people.
Thanks, Neivien. But yes, so that greater contract doesn't get signed unless we're successful. It's just, it opens a conversation.
Aye, that's right. It's not written into any of the clauses. It is purely independent and only on the basis that we perform well. So there's still no lock-in on this. You're not signing your life away to be married off. But it may reduce any requirements you have to fulfill certain obligations with which you've been sent to the camps in the first place, if you follow me.
I understand. Does it have a time frame for us to reach this objective?
I flick through. Is there anything in there, any clause about
You've been given 6 months pending applications for extensions if you need. And I should say as well, the other stipends, you'd asked about a monetary stipend. It is listed in here. As a group, you will be paid 10 emerald marks per week, which works out to about 500 marks, diamond marks. So you're going to be paid 500 diamond marks per week to split between the 6 of you.
Make it bromes, damn it.
Make it bromes. 500 bromes. Emerald bromes. That's like 20,000 diamond marks. It's a lot of money.
That's our price.
That's not your
Put
price.
zeros in the contract. No one will notice.
That's definitely not your price. Yeah, it's about 500 diamond marks, but yeah, I've done the conversion for you.
Actually, I'll point that out. Here's the stipend that they're offering. Are we in agreement with that price? It's a fair deal, to be fair, but I want to make sure everyone's across that, because I would like to make a small amendment to it.
I'm just property, so I don't really.
All right.
Get to say.
What about the others?
Technically, Hula and Ztar aren't there. You guys were having spread chats. I know. But Rav-eth is there. Rav-eth is going to sort of...
I'm floating.
You're floating there, yeah. Rav-eth is going to nod. Could barter
Hula
up.
would. Yeah.
Rav-eth is going to nod. That seems rather reasonable. It's certainly more than I was being paid as a surgeon back in... back home. It seems pretty reasonable.
I don't disagree. If we're going to go for that, I would throw in one additional thing, and I look to across the table. I dabble quite a bit with Fabriels and their creation. It's a certain joy of mine. I would like to throw in an additional requirement with this contract that we also each week be provided with a Fabriel gem that I would be able to use in any creations I see fit.
I need to know what
Emerald
specific gems you're after. As you are well aware, the quality, the cut of the gemstone, in addition, the type of gemstone can have vastly different prices attached to them. Emeralds, if it's emerald you're after, that's going to be very difficult to procure. The soulcasters to create grain are going through most of the emeralds that the camp has coming in. I don't know if I can agree to such a broad, open to interpretation provision of gemstones.
I can appreciate that. My requirement would be something that I can dabble with regularly. I understand that some things may be off the table. If you're willing to negotiate on that, make an offer and I'll consider the addition.
We do have our own Artifabrians here working for House Bethab. We have a collection of very talented women working in the workshops on various designs. Now, are they doing a lot of the work that the Ardentia and Bright Lady Navani is overseeing? No. They tend to be doing rather exciting projects, but there are often resources that they would have available, gemstones that they might not need. What if I was to give you access to the workshop for any period of downtime that you require, reasonable expenses, gemstones that we can replace quite easily, that are not too expensive, and anything more specifically, why don't I have you apply, and you can speak with the head of that particular group, And if there's anything that she has concerns about, we can offer a monetary exchange. Otherwise, it's yours to use.
Neivien actually starts tearing up slightly. I accept. Those are good terms.
I was worried I'd insulted you, sorry. Yep. Oh, okay, yep, you've signed, great. Oh, yep. Yep, thank you. It is actually Alaran I need to sign this document, but thank you for signing as well, Neivien.
Yeah, I'm going to argue. Alaran signed this contract. I'm going to argue for causes for me.
And I'm leaving the marriage one in.
Neivien.
Fair enough, I don't care. Just give me the goddamn rings.
Yeah, give me the goddamn spheres.
I look to Neivien and Rav-eth and sign on the dotted line. And as I finish that, I look up at Lady Darla.
Lady Darla nods.
Well, thank you. Now, Peligan insisted on this.
She reaches and opens a drawer in her desk and pulls out a patch, 2 patches to be sewn onto the sleeves of your uniform, marked with a glyph pair. The pair for House Bethab, and underneath the pair for the glyph for seek, or to investigate. As she passes over the patch, gives a bit of a wry smile.
Peligan insisted, with these you are part of the chain of command for the military as well, but you are in a special position. You are reporting directly to him and myself, and we will be reporting to the Highprince, of course. This is an odd position you are in. You can't technically command the guards to do things, but that glyph pair and that glyph there will give you some authority over the members of the Bethab guards, over the Bethab soldiers. Let's put it this way. Don't abuse it, and it won't be taken away from you.
On a delicate matter, these ranks that we're being given, am I to understand that Alaran and myself are being given the same rank as the others in our group?
Part of the negotiations you made a little bit earlier was that just Alaran would be named on this document. The rest of your group would be kept anonymous, kept a little bit separate, so that you could... it sounded like you were looking to protect them from any fallout or repercussions being tied to this, which I must say I respect. At the moment, Alaran is the one who is taking on this position, and if you will be holding the glory and holding the Chaldung should everything fall apart.
Understood. No, that's I can live with that.
For the rest of you, I have these.
She reaches down and pulls out a small pouch that she passes over to Neivien. As you pull them out, they are badges marked with the same glyph pair of House Bethab, but without the seeker underneath, just the badges of House Bethab. Underneath it has Alaran in glyph pair as well.
This is to show your commanding officer. Again, Peligan's using this as a chain of command for the military style setup. I personally wanted to keep this much more private, but my brother insisted. So, use these when you need access to places. The word will get around to many of our commanding officers to let them know of this arrangement. But all who see your patches, Alaran, on your sleeves should know who you are and what you are requiring of them. You have access to our resources. You have access to our people. I'm hoping this gives you access to the information you need to find out what happened here, how this happened, and who was responsible.
Can I ask that we won't always want to be specifically talking about the caravan?
No.
To ask questions, have there been some larger concerns for the Bethab house in the last couple of months? Some larger scale issues that could be spoken about in a way for us to ask the questions without drawing attention to where we're seeking?
Yes, well, None that would warrant the appointment of an examiner. That is a lesser used title for times of distrust.
Could I make a request on that matter and perhaps fix that exact problem? Obviously, this is quite covert, what we're doing here. Would I be safe to assume that not many people are aware of this contract at this time?
No, I will be making sure word gets around very publicly that you are the examiner for House Bethab, but the cover story we are going to be using is that you are here as a representative of your house to investigate inefficiencies within the operation of our military arm here, and to help us develop and ensure that we have, this is Pelagan's contribution, that we have a more tightly run, more trustworthy ship. The chain of command we suffered so many losses at a recent battle against the Parshendi. You are here to ostensibly help us identify key people to move up the ranks, key people who might need to be redistributed throughout various regions. You are here to examine the House Bethab's forces here, our presence here on the Shattered Plains, and help provide insights. You are a fresh set of eyes for the troops to look over things. Hopefully, this will mean that people are trying to impress you. That was my hope with this cover story. People, when they are trying to impress other people, tend to be a bit more careless with their words, with their deeds, and more amenable to agreeing to certain things, idiosyncrasies.
I don't know about you, but Alaran, that sounds good enough for me. I don't know if we need any particular thing that we're investigating. In fact, keeping it nebulous maybe more to our requirements.
That was the hope I put into this plan. I'm pleased you approve. I thought long and hard on this.
You mentioned the chain of command issues that led to losses. Are we talking on the battlefield or in the camp?
The battlefield. There was a particular skirmish with the Parshendi a few months ago. A few weeks ago, apologies. We suffered some heavy losses. One of our bridges failed. Many of our soldiers were cut off from retreat, and the Parshendi swarmed across the plateau. They are far more maneuverable than our troops are. We had quite a large contingent stuck on a plateau with no escape. The Parshendi, well, I wiped them out. It's the kindest way to put it.
Okay. That seems like something that we could look into as a particular part of this investigation. When you could do so, could I just get the date of that skirmish? But yes, for Neivien to write down. But other than that, I think we're ready to move on.
Well, now that we're officially on the books, I think it might be time to provide a certain additional element here. Naveen's going to rummage in her pack and pull out the Spanreed notebook that she has and the Spanreed directly that she fixed up and had working, and just slap it on the table so that she can have a read through. We had this little back and forth communication just the other day, right after we were attacked. In fact, in our rooms with the assassination. Any thoughts? Any additional points that you can see that we may have missed? Any interesting tidbits? I thought I may as well show it to you.
Darla takes a moment, reads through what you've shown her, nodding along, occasionally sort of like pausing as she does some sort of like mental maths, goes back. After about 5-6 minutes, she nods. This is quite a thorough report. No, I don't think there's anything I have to offer beyond what you've recorded here. We haven't yet conducted extensive interviews of the guards, of the prisoners. I believe Pelagan was in charge of the interrogation of the assassins, but he was waiting for you to really begin those in earnest, for you to sign on as examiners and take on that role. So
Really?
To confirm, Owen, this is the document that with the broken span read that I fixed that was directly in conversation with what's her face's handlers.
Ralanat.
Yeah, Ralanat.
Yeah. So I thought this was like a more extensive case note. Sorry, as she reads through this, you watch as she sort of her expression grows troubled.
Right. Well, this is a larger conspiracy then. That is deeply concerning. I'm pleased that you were able to recover this span read. Are they aware that you, or possibly, I can see here where they cut off, they might be aware that she's not the one holding this any longer. Storms, that would have been useful if we could continue that charade a little bit longer. Right. Well, that just confirms our suspicions. You could always try. That just confirms our suspicions. You watch as a serving wench steps in, having changed their shirt with a plate full of veggies and puts them down in front of you. For podcast listeners, has his back with a plate of food and a new shirt. That does confirm my suspicions that this is part of a larger conspiracy. That is deeply troubling on a number of levels. I must say there was some comfort I was drawing from the misplaced hope that this was just a minor lord or some single person responsible for this, perpetuating this. Frankly, I hoped this was something far more simple. Just a house wanting to push another house down the chasm, as it were. This seems far more nebulous.
When we find more, we'll certainly inform you of more. I just wanted to make sure you had this information, and if you don't have anything in particular to add, so be it. That's all right. I suppose that's how it goes anyway.
I don't recognize the writing, the tone, if that's what you're asking. The handwriting is not familiar with me, but if you're comfortable, I would ask for this document just for a moment for one of my scribes to take a record and copy the handwriting as best they can so that I can show it round to various other people. Select people, fragments of the text only, and see if we can get some recognition on this, if you approve.
Take it. That's all right. I will hang on to the span read if you don't mind, because I have some further experiments, but...
You are examiners now for House Bethab. I would be simply handing it straight back to you if I was to take it from you.
All right. Look, thank you, Dala. I think, looking around at the others, I think we're done here. We may as well get back to the rest of our party.
Rav-eth nods. No other questions here? Perfect.
Alaran, I suppose you're in charge.
Thank you, Dala, for your time. We better get to work. I appreciate this, and I hold up the patches.
Ash's luck to you, all of you.
Perfect. With that, you make your way back out of the command center. Ztar and Hula, we last left off the two of you talking through your strange spren, and Ztar having the realization that when you are near spheres, Ztar, near lanterns, when you breathe in, that sort of gasp of inhalation, you can pull stormlight from them. Pull it into yourself and hold it. I'm guessing that this is the time where you would like to have a little bit of a practice with what you can do. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I think, and as it would probably happen to most, particularly having gravitation, I think it'd be pretty accidental. I think after breathing in, I'd just kind of stumble over and just touch whatever object was nearby and just probably have it fly straight up.
As you sort of stumble over and place a hand against a bucket leaning on a water barrel, this sudden surge of cold emanates from your fingertips. You watch as the bucket is painted in frost and then suddenly just takes off vertically, rapidly.
Did you see that, Hula? Did that actually just that bucket just fly?
I was looking the other way. I thought you must have kicked it.
I go over and try and just touch something else and see what happens.
Reach down and pick up a small pebble. As you lift it up, Ztar, for a moment you think you can see these sort of wriggling movements underneath. Spren trying to hold it down, pull the stone back down towards the earth. And as you breathe out that stormlight again, you watch as those Spren change directions, now pulling from the top of the stone. And as it does, you feel the weight shift as the stone is pulled up.
Actually, I think at that point, seeing that, my mind probably would have gone to try to like break that. And I think this one might go differently.
Okay, as you try and like break the.
Well, I think that the first one was a complete accident that launched into the sky. This time, as I see those Spren holding it down and there being some kind of bond, Ztar's mind would have gone to, all right, whatever it did last time was breaking that. I think this time I probably would, instead of accidentally gravitationing, I probably would divide it.
Oh, okay. As you focus and clutch the stone, you suddenly see a patch of starlight begin to glimmer in front of you. And as the stormlight begins to surge down your fingertips, you hear your Spren. Oh, a quiet warning. This one only to you, Ztar. Because there's something I did mean to say that we didn't do last time is that you don't need to have 4201333769 hide in your clothing. He can make himself. He can choose to be invisible to whoever he wants, including you if he wishes as well. You like him hiding. You like having him close. Yeah. As he calls out a warning.
Careful, Ztar. That power, that surge is dangerous. You are not yet fully ready for it. It breaks in ways that cannot be unbroken.
I was trying to break that. I just did it. I was trying to make it fly, so I was breaking those bonds.
Surge of gravitation is fine. To make things move, to change their binding. But the surge of division, you must be careful, Ztar. You have access to it. I will not stop you. But you must heed my warning. It is dangerous.
I'm not sure what gravitation, division, and surges are, but if it's dangerous, I won't do it. How do I make it fly?
Bind it with a lashing. Think of where you want the stone to go. Hold that point in your mind and bind the destination to the object with Stormlight.
All right. Not fully knowing exactly what I'm doing, I'd probably send it to Hula.
Hey, Hula, check this out.
Can I hear that conversation, or is it kind of in their head?
You only hear Ztar's half.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you can only hear Ztar's portion of the conversation. Ztar, as you look over at Hula,
I pick up the stone and just focus my mind as 420133769 told me.
What is the relevance of these numbers? Is this some sort of meme I don't know?
It's 3 memes you don't know.
3 memes I don't know. It feels like one of them. I feel like it's related to CS:GO, but I don't know where I'm getting that from my mind. Is that true?
That's one of them. Yeah, kind of. Okay. Well, actually, not CS:GO.
Well, 69 at the end's obvious. I know that the significance of 69 is quite obvious. The CS what is it on CS:GO? Is it some like skin or something?
Well, it's not CS:GO. No, technically it was World of Warcraft, but it broke out to gaming in general.
Well, how do I not know? Wow, that's why am I asking? I'm an old man. What is the significance just for my benefit?
It's older than us. Like.
Oh no, that's even worse. I'm just an oblivious man.
Yeah. You'll work that one day.
Am I gonna have to Google this?
You've gotten to one of the 3 meme numbers that I strung meme numbers together.
Okay, well I know 69's pretty obvious. Oh, is it also boob? No, it's not boob. There's no 8s in it.
No.
What's his full name again?
420133769. Oh, so it's 420, obviously.
There you go.
Oh, and it's 1337, which is elite. Okay, yeah, no, I'm there now. This is so disappointing on so many levels. Oh, fucking hell.
I'm a little disappointed his name isn't 1300 6555.
Yeah. Yeah. Or what? 51380008. Also a solid option.
Right? That would have been so much better.
Could have gone boobies as well. What are you doing, mate? Cool. Noted. You're going to have to come up with a nickname for him very soon, or I am going to have a real struggle saying that now that I know the origin.
It needs to be plot relevant.
Fair enough.
Reading writing hotline, you can't read or write.
As you look at Hula, and breathe out the stormlight into the stone, the stone down becomes whichever direction Hula is. So like just in front of you, Hula, a stone flies towards you at an increasing rate of speed as it just drops out of Ztar's hands and smacks into your chest. It's not a big stone, so it didn't really hurt. It didn't get up to terminal velocity or anything like that. But the funny thing is it stays there, pushing against your chest. You can feel it wanting to push as if it is like, as if it's fallen on you. It's bizarre.
What is gravity like on Roshar? Are we still at exactly 10 or?
Gravity's less
whereabouts
on
are we
Roshar.
exactly 10 in the world or universe, book or otherwise? Where are we exactly 10?
Right here. Gravity's exactly 10.
I don't think that's
Pi's exactly 3.
Gravity's less on Roshar from memory. Okay. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's actually less. Let's have a look. That's how things get so big as well. Yeah, 70% Earth's gravity. There you go.
Okay. So roughly 7. Okay. Yeah. So you got a stone pressing down on you now.
Gravitational on Roshar is 6.86 meters per second. There you go. You can't say I don't give you the actual maths and physics.
I'd try and like pull it off my chest and see
you can.
what it does.
It's just a stone.
Yeah,
he's only bound it with a single lashing.
Drop it, it's just gonna. Does it keep flying towards my chest?
Correct.
I don't like this car. I don't like this one bit.
So I wanted it to. I mean, to go to you. I thought it would float to 4201337769. How do I stop this?
Well, if after that, Hula would probably try and throw it away and run in the other direction.
Reclaim your stormlight. For now, place your hand upon the stone and breathe in.
Run over to where Hula's trying to run away from it and try and grab it and take it back.
Yeah,
it'd be stuck to my back because I turned to run away. So I'd be trying to do this.
As you pick the stone up and breathe in, a lot less stormlight comes back to you, Ztar. A lot less than there was before. But there's still some stormlight. You get back like a point of investiture as you breathe back in again. But it is lessened. The stormlight has reduced as a result of this. You don't need to mark it off. You're around spheres. At any point, you can just breathe in stormlight from any of the other lanterns.
I figured I was kind of empowered at this. This is my empowered scene. So.
What we're gonna do is have a moment later on. So ideally, what you kind of do with this is you speak the words at a moment of like great importance, and that unlocks the 2 surges. I was probably a bit hasty giving you the surges and having you do the words. We probably should have saved it for like a really cool moment in a combat or something. But I figured you'd already started with this a lot earlier. I wanted to give it to you straight away. So for the others, I might like pause a little bit. So there'll be a period of time between taking the first ideal and then actually getting access to the surges a little bit later on.
Oh, sorry, I gotta. My peanut is waking up and needs to be resettled.
No dramas. Hula, while Ztar is playing around with these surges, with these strange powers, what are you doing? Currently, you are in like the barracks area. It is fairly deserted. You have a bit of privacy, the 2 of you.
Yeah, well, I'd be after I've tried to get away from the rock. I would sort of be contemplating. Yeah, I'd be trying to sort of contemplate a bit further in on like what my spren has asked me to do, and try and mentally register what I'm meant to be doing, what I did right, what I didn't, what I know about high spren and what they value, particularly peak spren. I would assume you can kind of register what they would like, given based on what their appearance attributes are. So I'd be trying to sort of mentally understand what they thought we did well. Now that I know what's going on a bit more with Ztar.
Yeah. Do you want to make me a lore check? Do you want to make me a lore check? See what you can kind of figure out, what you know from this.
Yes.
Definitely lore. Yeah, definitely lore.
Yeah, lore makes sense. My thing is just loading slowly.
It hasn't right here right now, but you'll notice I've changed the overlay to match the colors of your potential radiant paths, and you'll notice that because Ztar has sworn the first ideal, the background of his name on the overlay now has the Skybreaker glyph on it. As you continue to... Oh, and you'll notice... Sorry, I should have said we have the new artwork. Oh, shit. I'll put the artwork up on screen too really quickly. Oh, no, that's a lore of 9, my friend Hula. Yeah. As you sort of think this over, do you have any expertises here that might help you out a little bit in Spren, or... I don't think so. Let me have a look.
Are there heavy weapon Spren or athletic Spren?
There are not. This is where it's beneficial to have, like, you've only got one expertise, and that's Unkalaki. Okay. Yeah. So with your Unkalaki expertise, you think of the Spren as gods. They are seen as fragments of gods, powerful gods. The ways of gods are mysterious, Hula. It's hard to know what you need to do to please them. You've heard stories of some gods liking it when people tell stories. There are some gods who like it when people are brave. Some gods who like it when people are scared. It all varies. The gods are different and fickle and change their preferences depending on their types. From what you can see of the high Spren, this intelligent Spren, this god seems to be drawn to Ztar. Maybe for some sense of justice or sense of... You know that Ztar seems pretty fixated on justice, on the law. You do get the sense that the High Spren is kind of drawn to that. The Peak Spren, when you were having the conversation with her before, she seemed to be focusing on the value of teamwork, on the value of being a protector, of being a guardian for a group of people. Probably gives you some indication what she's looking for.
Yes, I'd be kind of thinking, how can I take more of a leadership role and guide this young troop to our goal?
Less leadership even. It's from her perspective, it was much more about being there to support. The word she used was like, "Are you a member of the team? Are you supporting your friends?" Like that's what she said. Like that's good. That's what you should be doing.
Yeah, right. So I'd be looking for ways to support Ztar in this moment while he's still trying to figure out his things.
Yeah, and I mean, as you reflect on that, you've already been kind of doing that. Like you've been playing sort of like a bit of a backup, helping people out, making sure that you're kind of there to support other people's ideas and plans. Do you think that might be what has drawn this Spren to you? She wants more of what you're already doing.
Okay, that's good.
She said words were important too, but you're not sure what that means or what that's about.
Yeah. When it comes to words being important, has Ztar said his words yet?
He has, but not in front of you guys. That was separate.
Yeah, but would he have told me that he had said words? Because like in the book, it's kind of like they say the words and there's like a big epiphany moment for them as they say it. It comes to them and then they supercharge for a little bit.
Yep.
It would have been pretty special for Ztar, and whether he did or didn't mention that.
Ztar has not mentioned it to you yet, but if you ask him, he may do so.
Right.
It's at this moment, while you're kind of like reflecting and thinking over what's happened, you spot Neivien, Alaran, and Rav-eth approaching you. Alaran looking thoughtful, Neivien looking excited and giddy, I think would be fair to say, and Rav-eth probably sort of halfway between the two of them, like excited and thoughtful, kind of like occupying the ambivalence of the two. And as they approach, Rav-eth gives you a bit of a wave, Hula, and they head on over towards you. Ztar in the background still occasionally like throwing rocks up and then catching them again. Not really sure what Ztar's doing right now.
As we've walked over, I would actually like to have been doing something, thinking while I'm walking. in what way can I, with my knowledge of fabrials, find some sort of scientific approach to basically what I want to do is the span read that I have is intrinsically linked to the bad guys. Is there some way that I can use Stormlight or some other variety of trigger to turn that span read basically into a compass that will find its equal opposite?
Neivien, you are operating in an area that has not yet been discovered.
Yeah, cool.
You are inventing a brand new type of fabrial. There are tracking fabrials that can be used to track substances, but this is something new, something unique.
Given its fabrial entanglement to its other half, can I devise a way that it would almost find a physical attraction that would be able to use almost like a compass needle concept where it's very delicately balanced but will gently point in the right direction?
Yeah, 100%. I'm thinking this might be something that takes a bit of time. Maybe during some downtime, this could be a good opportunity to sit and play around with this. And you've got access to the workshop, which will definitely make things a lot easier. I reckon this is more of a downtime activity rather than like walking over. But Teddy, please.
I just want to be thinking about, is this a possibility? What can I be mapping in my head to be experimenting once I get my hands on the workshop?
Yeah, well, the first thing you probably want to get your hands on is an existing tracking fabrial for substances. There would be ones for water. It's often used for helping locate like places to bore or places to think of like a dowsing rod. There are fabrials that can basically like a dowsing rod. That's a great start. Get your hands on one of those. They're not that expensive either. I'll pull open a price list for you. If you can get your hands on that, that's a great starting point, and then you're kind of like working and building upon that design as time goes on.
Good. That's what I've been pondering on the approach.
Perfect. As the three of you approach, you can see Hula steps over towards you, looking like Hula's been doing some heavy thinking. I like that Rory's just shaving off more and more of his beard as his special like trick, and he thinks we haven't noticed, but like I have, and I'm just waiting for it to get the most ridiculous version of it before I call it out. This is pretty ridiculous.
I was just waiting.
I just thought the lighting was bad.
No. It looks like he's actually smeared shit on his like upper right lip and lower left chin. He's been going to town on like a Go-Gurt or something, like some chocolate yogurt.
Mixing it up. There you go.
Yeah. He's been rimming some chocolate yogurt. This is great escalation. I'm now wondering what Raph's going to do as his like next level of...
Oh my god.
I'm not baiting you. I'm just saying.
The bar has with the new job starting in a couple of weeks.
The bar has been raised. I mean, it's kind of cute that you're changing shirts, but sorry, it's not as good as shaving off parts of your beard. Sequential order. It's pretty. That's so.
Look, he told me he was coming today and that he was going to show me up, and yeah, he has.
He has absolutely shown you up.
But I can do it every week. Like I put that in terms of me, and like I couldn't shave a beard off every week.
I could do that every week.
Regular men could.
Yeah, I could do that every week.
1 week.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you said something, because I was like, didn't have much left, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to start going to the eyebrows.
There was a part of me that's like, if I don't acknowledge this, he's actually going to die inside a little bit, and that's quite funny too. But then I was like, that's too mean, and that's also bullying. So I gave you what you wanted, but I did let it go on longer. I noticed you immediately, and I'm like, oh, okay, he's trying to do a has. All right, we'll just leave him be. Get back to him later. Check in with our correspondent in the field. Yeah, exactly right. But Neivien, as you head back over Alaran, Neivien, you see Hula coming out of a deep thought. Ztar playing with rocks, it looks like, throwing rocks up and down, occasionally like attaching rocks to... It looks like he's sticking rocks to like walls and then kind of like stepping back and looking at them a bit confused and then going and taking them off again. It's you know what's going on with Ztar right now.
Standing next to Hula, I kind of look at Ztar look at Hula and kind of murmured to Hula, "What's it doing?"
Oh,
No idea. Some sort of parchment thing.
fucking hell! You're amongst friends at this point. What is this?
Yeah, but I mean, like, I assume Ztar and I aren't really telling others necessarily about these friend encounters.
That doesn't explain the casual racism.
It does a bit. I mean, that's the quickest way to defer from any further questions.
Shit, he's got a point.
It did actually diffuse Alaran's attention.
Yeah, he's like,
He accepted that and moved on.
Oh, those parchment. So quirky.
Yeah.
I know, Raph. I can see. He's really proud of
I
himself.
know, I just got really excited.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So how'd the contract go? How was the meeting?
Oh, we saw. Well, Alaran signed it. It was a pretty good deal, if I'm being honest. It's a really good deal. I'm quite good. Yes, it went well. It was good.
Okay, Neivien, it's okay. I got this.
All right.
So, Nevien's geeking out about getting some access to the books and the
Right.
Fabriel stuff, but we all
We've
win
got a
here.
workshop.
I'm getting married.
We have a weekly stipend.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Gotta pay for the
And-
beers and board.
Each of you can add 100 marks to your inventory. Rav-eth was handed the
100
money.
brooms
Rav-eth
to
is
our
holding
inventory.
100 marks to your inventory.
I think I misheard you again. There.
100 marks, you piece of shit. I don't care how many of you are wearing the Daisy shirt. For podcast listeners, Ash has changed into the exact same shirt as Raph, which is a nice touch, I've got to say.
Nice. Very nice.
If I let my hair down and shave to the mustache and put some
Yeah.
glasses on,
Yeah,
indistinguishable.
Yeah, we can be twins.
and we'll get you some glasses too. I've got a spare pair that I punched the lenses out. When I gave myself laser, I popped the lenses out of my glasses frames to see how long it would take people to notice that I'd had laser. It turns out no one notices the glass in glasses frames. It's ridiculous. It's actually genuinely quite concerning, the fact that no one notices that.
It's like not noticing like half a mustache or half a chin beard.
Yeah. Let me know in the comments. I want to know in the comments when you noticed Rory shaving as we go through. I'd love to know when people noticed, because it'd be very exciting for me to know that. I think Rory would really appreciate if people didn't notice until we spoke out about it.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I didn't know
admit
until
I
you brought it up.
You hadn't noticed?
No, I was
Well, yeah.
too busy worried about when you guys were going to notice they'd change shirts.
Rory had facial hair. Well, some of it left. Fucking hell.
Oh yeah, it's just hard because mine's at like an angle, so I was like, oh, well, I'll shave that
Yeah.
side, but it doesn't really show anything.
All right, so each of you has 100 marks you can add to your inventory.
And
Yeah,
also,
You'll get that every
I
week.
hold up the badges
For now.
and I say, this will get us in when we get stuck places. This is not our first point of command, but it is something for you to get away when you need to get away, get in when you need to get in. But if it gets abused, it is me that will suffer those consequences.
Oh, cool. Do we all get one? Cool.
You,
Try and reach.
anyone that's going to take this responsibility can carry one of these, and it will help you out.
Can
and
Brian provide one for me, or am I to be considered a thing still?
No, it makes sense. You were disguised as the Tashik before, and it would make no sense if you didn't have something like this if you're in a different disguise.
I think it's good for disguises. Plus, obviously, we've got your writ of ownership, which, in addition to all the other parts, to play a part can be beneficial. Don't look at
Did
me
I
like that.
overhear you refer to me as it earlier, Neivien?
Hey, I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what it's speaking about. Saying words again. Do you reckon it knows the meaning of the words that it's saying? Look at it, thinking it's people.
Hums to oppression.
Yeah.
Would Alaran have mentioned his prenuptials at all?
I think that it's probably not the thing that's coming to mind as being relevant
Rav-eth would.
to anyone. Or
Rav-eth would. We know Matt would. We know Matt would be like, and they're going to marry him off as well at some point if this all goes well. It's a win-win. If this goes very well, then Rav-eth, then Alaran's getting married. I'm going to be the best child. We're going to need an axe hound of honor. We're going to need a Hula. You should be the rock bud maiden. You throw rock buds behind you as you dance down the aisle.
Oh, I'd be on it. Anything for LL Cool Alaran's special day. Ladies.
Wait, what did you say?
LL Cool Alaran. Now that you're a ladies' man.
Oh no.
No, that's not flying.
No, but if we do very well on this investigation, not only do we find the answers of who attacked the caravan, but yes, it could bring us better opportunities further on.
Right. That sounds like the dream then. After Hula's attempted nickname giving didn't get received. Just going to try and please pass it.
Alaran historically doesn't have good nicknames, so he's like confused about Hula's dig. Like, LL Alaran, that must be some sort of like attack.
Or a starter.
Immediately enters combat. Yeah. Well, what's our first point of call then?
That's a good question, to be honest. I kind of, based on their trajectory and where to go, they were heading to the market where the assassin ran off, and either that or we try and find what's her face. I wonder, and obviously I defer to Alaran, our leader of this whole whatever it is. But one potential point is obviously, time is of the essence to a degree, but we also need to balance that against staying under the radar with what it is that we're actually doing here. I wonder if our first immediate action shouldn't be a certain level of obfuscation with this whole situation and simply do as we've been sold that we're doing, and start asking completely irrelevant questions of Bethab's forces just to throw them off just slightly. We don't have to go on some massive tangent. I fully am aware that time is of the essence, but if we can play to what they expect, it may be our most beneficial way to get through anything that they won't expect when the need arises.
I think you're right, but we are already fulfilling that. This position is to seek answers.
I wonder what he's doing.
I hope it's his face.
I hope it's his eyebrows. You heard it here first, Twitch.
I can't.
Oh, and you've muted yourself.
Premier face shaving campaign. Oh god. Oh, and you're on mute.
You've muted yourself, buddy.
Oh no, that's unfortunate. I was just laughing at him for the same thing. Oh man.
Oh,
Could you hear any of what I was saying about Rory Shaving him. I muted him because I realized I could hear him shaving in the background, and I was having a bit of a laugh at that.
Yeah, we all heard that.
Yeah. I was enjoying that. And then I was saying, what a dumb piece of shit. And then I realized I was muted. Because a certain puppy keeps doing little balks. Oh my god, amazing.
Alaran was going to say that our actions are already accounting for that. We got involved in an investigation in the storm shelter. It was not planned, but like still plays towards us looking at the efficiencies of the camps, and we're specifically looking at Bethab camp. But it'd be really weird if we didn't immediately investigate the with Pelican, the assassination, the people who tried to assassinate us. It would be strange for us not to follow a direct lead of an attack against us, even out of context.
The contract was for the caravan, right? Not the assassins.
Yes.
Well, our contract is a little bit nuanced in that regard. Ztar, basically, we're pretending that we're not following up on that element. We're trying to hide what our actual intentions are with this situation. We're trying to be a little subtle.
My official position is to investigate inefficiencies in the Bethab camp. And part of that is to investigate our cause. But we will not be making that known as our primary case. It is one of the things that we will work on, I promise you.
In fact, it's our main thing. We just need to make sure that it's to the general public, not our main thing.
Yeah. And Pelican might have answers, because if we go and talk to him about the assassins, he's also going to be talking to the people that have returned after us from the attack.
Doesn't he still have the assassins holed up somewhere?
Yes, at the camp. So if we talk to him, we will talk about both the assassination and if any of the guards have come and talked to him from the caravan.
Now, how do I put this delicately? I don't know about the rest of you. I haven't tortured anyone before.
Oh.
I don't really know how to do that.
No, we don't need to do that.
What, isn't that what we're doing?
No.
Oh.
But it could be.
Well, I was under the impression that we were going down there to get information. If you take my meaning, I was. Are we not? Was I the only one that thought we were going down there to torture these people?
What, to put spikes through their hands and make them give us the answers?
I don't know. That's what I'm bringing up to you lot. I don't know how this shit works.
We could try your lie detecting Fabrial trick on them again.
I mean, I'd be much more preferable to be trying something that's Fabrial based and isn't actually going to hurt anyone. But I was just under the impression that that's what was happening. That's actually quite a relief.
I'd rather not torture people, if that's okay. Goes against everything I kind of believe and trained for.
Rav-eth chimes in, looking a bit disturbed at the communication around torture.
No. Don't get me wrong. I was just going along because I thought that's what was happening here. I'm very good. I'm good. I'm glad. All right. Good.
Okay. Well, we'll just go have a nice conversation with them.
Good.
I think I need to insight Neivien. Like, that's made Alaran just in. Why was that even a question on Nevien's mind? And I just want to insight what's going on here.
I think that's probably worthy. Yeah. It's a great freeze frame for Ash. Just him going. Alrighty. That is a natural 20 for a total of 25. Raph, this is over to you. Was Neivien hiding anything?
What she said was accurate. She genuinely was just going along with the team and was under the impression that captives who need to be questioned equals torture. But there is a certain element of almost scientific disappointment that she's not going to get to experience and witness something like that herself. More from a just cerebral academic standpoint with emotion taken out of it, which is also not ideal. But there's a certain element of genuine disappointment that she's trying to hide, but purely from an academic standpoint. She doesn't actually want to hurt people.
Weren't you hiding from a dead body recently?
Yeah. That shit's fucked up.
I'm happy to make them, but like if I come across one,
Alaran just maybe like tries to find some comforting words back to Neivien as we trudge back, but not drawing attention to the fact that he was sussing out whether or not she was sociopathic and had a bunch of animals taxidermied on the walls at home.
Yeah, pinned up.
We can talk to people later. It's okay, buddy.
Academic buddy.
So, who is heading where? Ztar, are you going to stay in your out of your Tashik disguise for the interrogation of these prisoners?
Well, not. Yes, I will. I'll come along as Pash. I remember the last time. Raph, since you watched the recap, the episode,
Yep.
obviously.
Yeah. He's all over.
But last time we went to the market and went to Gark's shady store and set that up as a shadier Tashiki information front. So that should have any leads coming in that way. And then I temporarily retired the Tashiki outfit, which we called, was it Taki? With my Tashiki outfit ago? Tazo, that's the one, yeah.
Yeah, Tazo is the one who's Tazo's the one who's running he's the shin man you guys saved. So you call it, I think you call it like Taco or something like that. Takwe? I can't remember. I'll look it up.
Sort of a tar. But yeah, so that's all we've done.
Nice.
Which so no need to go to the markets, but I just suggested I also part of me telling you this was also part of me remembering that we did this.
I would also, as we're heading over, like to just check, and I know it's not something that is easily done on the move, so I might pause somewhere if it's convenient, but I just want to check the span read that I have between myself and my mistress, because I didn't receive a response.
You hadn't received a response at that point.
Is it blinking?
It is blinking. Before you take off, let's do this now then. Before you guys get ready and make your way back over towards the prisoner district, back over to where the prisoners are kept inside the jail cells, you pull out the span read, remembering it, Neivien, and see the gemstone is indeed blinking.
Would it be all right if I just take this? I just need to take this. Do we have a moment?
I don't believe the prisoners are going anywhere.
I would hope not. Okay. I won't be long. It's my mistress. I just need to work out. Sorry. Just a moment. I pull my notebook out and set the span read up. I literally just plonk myself on the ground, out of the way, and set it up on my lap.
Familiar cursive script begins to etch itself on the page as the span read lifts up and begins to write. You read, in your mistress's voice, Neivien,
You have arrived at the Shattered Plains safely. I had not expected you there for another few days. You were meant to report in when you arrived, before approaching Navani Kolan. Why was this not done?
Oh, storms. I'll reply, my apologies, mistress. We were caught up in some variety of conspiracy within which myself and my traveling companions in the caravan very nearly lost our lives. It was through pure chance and luck from my companions that we were able to make it through. Your original request that I reach out prior slipped my mind in my immediate danger. My apologies, but I have spoken with the Lady Navarni.
There's a pause, and then the script continues. Your oversight nearly ended this entire operation. Follow instructions when they are given. That is your only role.
It won't happen again, mistress. My sincere apologies. I remain your faithful servant. Please provide me some context.
You are to report to Brightness Navani Kolan. You are to make efforts to ingratiate yourself with her and her other Fabrial creators, and you are to listen for any news on Yasna Kolan.
What of the blueprints you sent me here for?
That was an excuse to get you in with Navani Kolan, an excuse you have already now ruined. We shall have to come up with another convincing lie as to why you should be near her.
With the utmost respect, my lady, my mistress, would it not have been beneficial for me to be aware of this subterfuge?
You will be informed of information when you need to know it. No sooner and no later.
I await your instructions.
You are to find out what Yasna has communicated with her mother, when she has communicated, and if the opportunity arises, there is a device that I will have you create and attach to any span Reed Navani has with her daughter. That way, we can monitor ongoing communication between Yasna and Navani.
My mistress, I don't... It will be done.
Good. And the stylus falls, no longer connected.
Oh, storms. Pack it up. All right. I suppose we have things to be about. Thank you all for your patience.
You watch as Rav-eth kind of pauses, taking a bit of a look at you. Are you okay, Neivien? You seem a bit flustered. Is everything all right?
Yes, everything's all right. It's just, my mistress, I owe her a great deal. And she's a great lady, a great artifabrian. I owe her a great deal. She's not happy with me at the moment, but that's of my concern. Nothing that will get in our way. I'm fully focused.
There's nothing we can help with. I'm less worried about that, Neivien, and more worried if you're okay.
Oh, I'm. She's a very exacting mistress. My mistress.
You haven't really shared much about her. I don't mean to pry. I just want to make sure you're all okay.
Your concern is welcome. But it's perhaps a larger conversation than what we can have right here in the street on our way to not torture people.
Whenever you want to have that conversation, I'm here to talk. As a surgeon, I'm not just trained in ailments of the body, but I'm also an ear to listen. Should that help?
Your offer of support is certainly it's welcome. Don't get me wrong. I'm genuinely grateful to you for that. I just require some time to process, I think, about what's. Thank you. Yeah. Let's
no
carry
problem.
on.
No pressure. No problem. I'm here whenever you need to talk.
I would have been not hiding that conversation because I literally plonked it down in my lap. But given the direction it would have taken, quite quickly would have tried to make it a little more covert. But I don't think I would have had much luck in actually hiding what was written there if anyone could read was reading it. Just to keep that in mind.
I think it's really only Rav-eth who can read, and even then, less the Aelthi women's script. Actually, I'll tell you what, I can double check. I'll tell you exactly what Rav-eth can read. Here we go. Rav-eth, what cultural expertises do you have? Natan and Wayfarer. So I don't think any of those. Yeah, Natan and Wayfarer. So not very helpful with Aelthi women's script. So no, Rav-eth cannot read what you've written.
Okay, cool. Good
until we are corrected later.
Good. Well, we'll leave it on that ambiguous potential retcon and carry on.
As you make your way towards more of the military district, heading past the command center and a series of much smaller, squatter buildings hiding in the shadow of the quite tall command center in the very center of the Bethab camp, you show the guards at the front, Alaran, you show them the sigils now sewn, the patches now sewn onto the shoulders of your artwork, which preemptively we had already added to your character artwork. As you show them the sigils, you are permitted entry with anyone else who's with you. So Hula, I'm guessing you're probably along for the ride as bad cop or like muscle cop. Neivien, because she wants to witness torture. Rav-eth's actually going to stay back at the camp and work at resupplying, basically spend a bit of time to get all the surgery kit together and be able to help look after you guys should you get into any trouble in the next combat. And I'm going to assume Ztar's here until we are corrected by Harrison. As you enter into the building, Alaran and Hula leading the way, Neivien and Ztar following along behind. Neivien looking quite troubled and distracted. Ztar doing his best parchment impression. As the two of you are guided on through, there has already been a note sent by Peligan that once you arrive with these patches, you are to be shown immediately to the lower cells where the assassins are being kept. You're taken down into the lower area. The chief guard there hands you a set of keys, Alaran.
The room is yours till you no longer require it. 3 knocks at the door, followed by 2 knocks. Decent space between the two, and we'll know you've locked the prisoners back up and are ready to leave.
Yeah, very good. So 3 knocks and then 2 knocks with a big pause between the 2 knocks.
3 knocks, pause, 2 knocks.
Yeah, I think I got that. Should be fun.
Do you need any of my men? Otherwise, we will be continuing to patrol and guard these areas. We'll lock you in until...
That's what Hula's here for.
Very good.
With that, the guard steps out, locks the door behind him. The corridor that you find yourselves in is, by even Aelthi standards, or even non-Aelthi standards, quite short. Those of you who are very tall are sort of stooping a bit in here. Down the very end of the corridor, you can see what looks like an interrogation room. Stone, this has been soul-cast stone. It is underground. It is cool and damp under here. The water that flows past after a high storm pools and collects in gutters as it seeps through. And there was a high storm just hours earlier, a few hours ago, the day before. The water in here still smells of creme. It smells damp. You can even see a few rot spren moving around, crawling across the floor towards the edges of some of the cells. There are 9 cells located around the edge of this corridor on either side of the hallway leading towards the interrogation room, with the final door, the final cell, converted into some sort of storehouse. You can see there are supplies in there, probably food and water and things like that. 3 of the cells are occupied with the assassins that you were able to catch. They have been robbed of their dark wraps, revealing a pretty surprising sight. One is clearly Thalen. Long eyebrows have been tied back behind the head, come loose, are now a bit sort of ragged after 2 days in captivity. He looks to be in his mid-40s, back to you, staring at the wall, occasionally glancing around as he hears you enter. The other one is a Macabacian woman, dark, almost ebony skin, with a very distinctive, almost like silvery scar down one side of her face that sort of cuts down across the chin, starting at the upper cheek, down across the chin, and then moves down the throat, almost like a sword slash, some sort of broad sword, but the scar is this kind of silvery color. And then the last is hard to kind of say exactly where he's from. He looks a bit Shin, but a bit taller, a bit sort of less of the round, childlike eyes. What's up, Raph? What's wrong? Some sort of racist? Are you phenotyping these people? What's up?
I don't think he's from this planet.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
That's what you see.
Neivien doesn't either.
Is it because I said he's a bit Shin-like?
Yep.
Could be from mixed heritage.
No.
Could be from... Yeah, could be. That's what you see.
And there's nobody else down here at the moment. Pelican's not down here. He's basically just said, yeah.
Yep. You've been given full access to this area. The guard said, the guard said, like, if you need anything, like, give us a call. We can... If the High Marshal's around, you need his assistance, I can call for him if you need.
Yeah. He's already done his questioning of these.
A preliminary. He was waiting for your impressions as well. I believe his exact words were, 2 separate groups ask the same questions or different questions but get the same answers, then those answers are probably true.
What? That's crazy. Why would they change their story after being interrogated by a different person?
I think he's hoping you ask different questions and perhaps learn tidbits that could help lead, give clues as to what their story is. I will be honest, though.
If we ask,
my prince, they did not give much information.
And they give us... Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll go and have a chat to these 3. The kind of Shin man, the Makabaki woman, and the Thalen.
Before we go in, though, and outside of their hearing, I pull out my little fake lie detector. Do you think this could be beneficial?
It certainly proved effective in the storm shelter yesterday. I think that these are assassins. I don't think that would be effective strategy in front of a Artifabrian. But yeah, I think that I got to be honest, Neivien, I've never been asked to interrogate assassins before. These are the people who tried to kill us in our sleep.
I know. It was one of the reasons I thought we were in here to torture them. I don't know. I've got this. It's clearly made up. I don't know how well I can bluff my way through when I don't have any of the facts. With the last one, I knew my way around the situation a little bit more.
Maybe we try a different tactic and we come back to that as a refined strategy. Hula, have you had to make people talk before? Like, no, we're not like hurting them and stuff, but like, have you scared people into talking and giving you the answers? Is that
It's quite hard to scare people into talking if you're not going to hurt them. The second they realize you're not going to hurt them, they go pretty shut-lipped. You need to at least give the illusion that you mean business.
I have a thought.
No, we're not doing it, Neivien. You're not.
No,
you're not hurting.
no. I think it's a pretty good thought, if I'm honest.
Okay.
A charade. What if we step out and one of us is pretending to be captured, but in conjunction with all of this, and we put them in a cell nearby, and we put on one hell of a show that we are causing them excruciating bodily harm, and then
it's the fucking ginger beer trick from Terry Pratchett, isn't it? This is what you're doing. Do you get that reference? It is. It fucking is.
It wasn't intentionally, but it is. And then we step into their room and, well, they've heard all of this going on. Maybe they're going to be more likely to be loose-lipped, knowing how horrifically we've damaged the new person. I don't know. Maybe it could work. Better than actually, sticking sharp bits of metal under their fingernails and slowly prying them away, and then flaying their fingers. And sorry,
I'm feeling sick at the thought of it.
How aware are we at this point of Ztar's healing capabilities with Investiture? Just out of curiosity.
Not at all. You have no clue. You have no clue of any of that. So none. Zero awareness.
Okay.
Also, above table, he is not a thing.
Were you torturing me for a display, really, hoping that I would come back to life?
Yeah, because you would come back and you'd heal fine. That's the key part of that.
That doesn't make it nice.
But also, getting the point, we can't do that to the light eyes. So that's important to remember too.
Yeah. And I was more just thinking taking Ztar in there and being like, huh, you like that? And sort of hitting him as we make the other people.
But like, piece of parchment, they probably would like seeing that. Like, you don't think they care if you like killed quote unquote.
You next.
Yeah, they're like, okay, cool.
He's been very loyal to us. I don't think we should reward his people's loyalty by, hurting him. I don't think that's the way you train them.
Yes, fair enough.
I think you've got a good idea there, Neivien. My concern is that Hula's right unless they fear that they will get hurt, that they're not going to talk. And these are assassins.
So we're in agreement then. A little torture is okay.
A little pretend torture, I think.
No, I think the pretend might be okay, but I don't think it's a tactic with them. They were coming in to fight and kill and either win or die.
What about something a little bit more psychological then? What if we find a way to psychologically break them? Is that allowed?
Asking them questions?
Oh yeah, that's the whole point. But first you got to break them.
Are we asking them one at a time or in a group?
What if we pretended to be their friend and then would let them out?
Oh.
Ooh, tracking paper on them.
No,
I haven't made that yet.
Let them out.
I don't know how to make that, but I like that, Ztar. Devious. Do all of you think like that?
Anyway.
Who?
You
hunters?
Sorry, no.
So.
Just your people.
I'm afraid there are very few. My people. But I suppose recently they did apparently assassinate the king of Aelthi, so maybe you're right. Maybe they are devious.
Well, I mean, it's commendable. It seems like a good plan. I nothing against it. I think it's a good idea if you want to,
The friendship or the murdering of the king?
Oh no, I'm not allowed to be in. I'm not allowed to agree with that.
No.
The friendship. I assume, judging from how overtly racist you've been. I assume the regicide is fine with you.
I mean, no,
Yes, is the pause there.
as a Vedan, we've spent quite a long time oppressed by the Aelthi.
I suppose. You know exactly how I feel then. Yeah.
I like to think that I do. I feel a certain kinship with you.
Alaran's so confused about what's going on. I think that
why is the luggage holder talking?
So really uppity. A lot of opinions from the spare.
The spare. Kill the spare.
I do
think a deal.
I do think
that idea.
Yeah, I think there's something to this. If I like this. A certain level of.
I know they tried to kill us. They saw us all there, but I suspect if they're anything like you, they won't really be able to tell me any different from anyone else. I could perhaps pretend to be someone sent by their master.
Wait, sorry.
Ask them what they've told the Aelthi already. Ask them what happened on the day, where they were meant to ask questions, and then act like I'm there to get them out, or some such.
I'm a little confused. Are you the same one that we had back in the caravan? I don't actually say.
I mean, there were about 8 of us in the caravan, but only me who could, who was not.
Who picked up arms and fought to save your life, you ungrateful prick.
Yeah, well, I believe you hid under a cart while I fought a shard bearer.
Yes, I found you there in a puddle of your own making, quivering and shaking.
Yeah, I think that was Alaran's fault.
Drenched in your fluids.
I think that's a great idea, but what if we first try to understand their motivations so that we have some insights, but then we leave you behind as if you were trying to feed them information. We say, hey, we need to understand what your motivations are here, what your actions are here.
I think we're a step ahead of that. What I think there's a certain way forward here where if we're careful and we play what we're doing properly from a psychological standpoint, we could lull them into a false sense of security. If we spend, I know we're tight on time, but if we were to spend, say, a week or so just feeding them almost close to nothing and starving them of all input outside of, the base cell that they're in, and then suddenly spring a potential escape for them, and we come down here and they think they're getting out, and we lead them through, and we lead them all the way out to the top just to be put back in the same cell again. I think that might be enough to actually get some proper information out of them. No?
If we drag one into a room, gag him, and then we scream and act like he's being tortured, and we just repeat that until they're terrified and focus on the most scared one who will crack.
That one. I like that one.
Fake torture.
I mean, fake torture is always better than real torture.
I don't know where I got an idea from. It just kind of sprung into my mind, but
I don't know. I think we got a few different options here. I know that we don't want to be hurting them. Right?
I'm okay with it.
I was thinking.
I'm okay with it. You know what? They tried to kill us.
Shocker.
As an idea, it is entirely possible they just hired thugs and would sell out whoever hired them.
I think they weren't really good assassins. The only one that was particularly fearsome was the one that got away. I remember that, I took one of them out with a table. We pinned him, and he was down straight away. I think that we might be right there. I think we need to find their angle and help them. These are people who have been pressed into work.
Well, they were going to kill him.
We don't know that for sure. I agree. I think we need to get some further information, but I don't think we make any assumptions on exactly who these people are. They may have just been far more incompetent than anticipated. That doesn't mean that they're hired hands. I think we need to find that out first and foremost.
Yeah, they don't seem united, but we could test that with our questions, see if they'll turn on each other. Will you, testify that the other was responsible for the killing in exchange for your release?
Well, I mean, they're not in the same cell, right? They're not in contact with each other. So if we just say one of the others has already broken, and it's their time to mitigate damages to themselves, maybe they'll just start talking.
And I think we can do that purely with that level of subterfuge that we already thought up. If we drag one into a cell with a gag on, scream, and then go to the other ones, they're more likely to think that at least someone's broken.
Well, which one of them looks the toughest? That's the question.
Can I peek around and actually see them from where we are, or find a way to subtly view each of the three of them?
Yeah. If you head down the corridor a little bit and turn the corner, you can see each of them in their cells. It's designed so that they're visible from a really easy guard point, that you don't have to wander all the way down. It's set up specifically so that you don't have to move too far to see into the cells.
I
to
wish
to
perceive them.
Perceive them. You may absolutely. Do you want to roll me a perception? Yeah, I'd say perception.
Perception to perceive things? That's lucky.
I'm just thinking if there's anything else we could do there as well that'd be just as good, but perception's the main one. 18 plus 6, 24. Neivien, as you look over them, the Thalen merchant, the older man, is completely calm. He is currently sitting with his back to you, cross-legged, very still, does not seem phased at all. The Makabaki woman is pacing around, occasionally glancing. As she sees you step into the corridor, you watch as she immediately makes eye contact. Her brow sort of furrows, and then as she realizes who you are, her eyes go wide again, and she backs up a few paces away, clearly thinking you're here for the worst. the sort of vaguely Shin-looking man. I mean, look, he could be Carboranthian. Hard to say where he's from. Nothing really stands out as particularly identifying. He's fidgeting. You can see he looks quite nervous.
Okay.
I report back that information. I think we attempt our subterfuge where we make them think we're torturing them one at a time, but with a slight amendment. I think we bring that woman in first, set her down, and attempt to make her genuinely believe we're about to do something truly horrible to her, and see if she's going to say anything first and foremost. If she doesn't, if she's stubborn, then we just pop the gag in and we pretend as though we've tortured her. But if she does say something, which looking at her, I think she might, then it's a perfect segue into us bringing in one of the other two.
I think that's a good plan, but could I try something first?
By all means. You're our fearless leader, as it were.
You don't need to see the fearless part, eh? That's silly, Neivien. I walk up to the cell of the Shin man, and I look in at the nervous-looking man in there, and I've handed Hula the keys, and I say, "Open the door," giving instructions, and I walk inside to that first cell, and I say to the others to wait outside.
As you do, you unlock the door and allow Alaran to step over. Alaran, your boots scrape on this sort of scattering of almost like a white sort of sand that's been scattered on the floor of his cell in a few sections near the doorway. You watch as the Shin man seems to look down at the ground as you step over and then looks up towards you, his fidgeting continuing. Do you lock the door behind Hula or and step into the cell with Alaran? What do you do? You're muted, Rory. Everyone's done it tonight.
Did you want me to follow you, Alaran, or did you want me to sort of...
No, I think fearless leader is okay for you to stand by the door, but close the door behind me.
Outside of the door?
Yeah, outside of the door.
Can I say just loud enough for everyone to hear to Hula, make sure you keep that key close. This one's volatile. If he attacks the prisoner, we want to get in there quickly.
Nice. Can I get a deception? Well, intimidation or deception, I think it'd fit there. Yeah, your choice.
That would absolutely be...
Can I assist by adding on to it and being telling Alaran to keep his cool? He knows what happened last time.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. 100%. Yeah,
so
you can roll with
does
advantage.
Does that assist? Oh, thank fuck.
Wow, it's a 7 total for the first roll. I believe in a better roll. 16. It is a better roll. Twice as good and then some. You watch as the Makibaki woman, she makes some sort of strange sigil, crossing her hands over her chest and then down towards... Something to do with the passions? I don't know. Some sort of warding off evil spirits. Clearly some sort of protection thing that she's doing. She looks terrified. The Thalen man simply raises a single long eyebrow as he looks Alaran up and down, as if he doesn't quite buy it. The Shin man who's standing right in front of Alaran, you miss the first part of his expression as he's looking down at the sand that Alaran's kind of crunched over, before looking up and nodding slightly. As he then holds out his hands in front of him, wrists together and palms up to show that he's got nothing in his hands. You can see his hands are manacled. All of them are manacled, their hands and legs, to the central stone in the middle of the room that's been soul cast. They can only really move 2 meters in any direction from this central point in the middle of the room.
To the Shin man, Do you recognize me?
Yes.
You know why I'm here?
I can hazard, I guess.
Say it.
You are here for information. Or you are here to kill me.
Those are both good ideas. My first question for you. The night that you entered the building, there was a target. Was I your target?
You were one of them, yes.
One of them.
We were paid to kill all of you, survivors from the Bethab caravan.
When did you get those instructions?
6 hours before we infiltrated the camp, made for the building you were hiding in.
And how did you enter the camp?
We climbed over the south wall, made our way across the building rooftops. It was really quite easy.
What was your payment?
A lot of spheres that we will never see.
Why were you in the Shattered Plains?
Work.
And what are your plans when you leave the Shattered Plains with your money in hand?
You watch as he gives you a very curious expression.
When?
When you're released.
So I do not die today.
No, but maybe I did.
Ah. I would need proof.
What would that look like?
You watch as he looks you up and down.
Would need to be piece of you. Recognizable piece. It has been too long for us to have succeeded. You will have been seen, and one of our number got away. They will have reported our failure. It will need to be significant piece of you to be convincing.
The
Not
fee.
something you would lose, I think.
And the fee itself. What would that look like?
You hoping to top it?
I'm just thinking that you were doing a business deal with somebody and that has been spoiled.
Yes,
And instead
you
of
were very
succeeding-
selfish not dying by my blade.
Yeah. And I don't believe your blades got near me.
Huh. So he does have bark. Does he have bite too?
That's waiting for you outside this door. Depends on the answers that you provide.
The big fella.
I'm very happy
Yeah.
for you to see. Like you said, I'm here for information or to kill you. I suggest you give the information
former.
freely.
Am I not?
What do you think I need to know?
You want to know who. You want to know why. Where? I would hazard as well. Who
6
I do
hours
not know.
before.
They did not give a name, not a real name. I did not see a face. It is the nature of this business. We are often... Well, you are only unsuccessful once in this business. But eventually, you are. Pseudonyms are used instead. They kept themselves covered, and I do not imagine the person who came to speak with us was the real client, shall we say. I think they were an intermediary. That is common too.
Did they provide you with any resources to assist you with this job?
Yes, down payment. 500 broms. Split between 4. Good money. Diamond bromes, I should clarify, not as expensive or worth it as emerald bromes. Don't get too excited. Oh, Haz's face fell a little bit.
I mean, it's still a fair whack of cash, actually.
I can tell exactly how much cash it is. So,
it's still like 100 emerald bromes?
1 diamond brome is the same as... Sorry, let me try this again. 1 diamond brome is the same value as 4 diamond marks. So it's 4 times the value. So it's not as crazy. But an emerald brome is like 200 marks. So that would have been amazing money. But this is just diamond bromes he's talking. 2,000.
That's not bad money for the amount of people you had to kill, but
you were not the only ones on the list.
What do you mean?
All the survivors of the caravan. You were just the first ones here on the plains. And ironically, the employer, the client, thought the easiest to deal with. Isn't that funny?
I think if we were asleep, you might have succeeded in your job. You might have.
We were planning to wait until you were.
Yeah, well, we had some good eyes in our party.
Yes, your parchment wandered in on us. Bad luck.
Bad luck. It's bad in your business to have bad luck.
Fatal. Most
it was
of the
good
time.
For us. Yeah, well, I don't think it's going to be the case this time.
Oh, I'm sure.
But you're very useful with this information you've provided.
I do not wish to die.
Yeah,
I have
and
a lot
that
to
is
live
why.
For. Down payment of 500 broms. Which I do not have to share. Or I share a little.
What are you saying?
You will offer this deal to the others as well, the other 3. If you have not caught the one who escaped. The other 2, then.
What do you mean, the one that escaped?
You did not catch all 4 of us. Not from what I have seen.
Not in the house.
Nods.
No, the one that got away got followed. But we still have some questions, so we're just seeing whose information is valid. That's okay. If that's your information that you've provided, that's enough for me to go and see what 500 bromes can get me with the others. You are right. But I don't need the same information from 3 people that care about their lives. I don't need to pay 1,500 bromes for one piece of convincing information. So I can see what information you have provided.
I'd be impressed if you had 1,500 bromes, then we would be having a very different conversation, I hope.
That's okay. Thank you for your
You would
time.
not like to know where we were approached for this job?
If you think that is important for us, I would be happy to receive further information.
The diving sky eel. It is a ale house, you people call it.
And were you approached there?
Yes, we were.
Okay.
Those in the business know of us.
Very good. How long have you been on the Shattered Plains?
2 years.
Wow. Could have caused a lot of harm in those 2 years.
There is nothing like war which makes men thirst for blood. Sometimes, when they cannot quench that thirst themselves, they pay others to do it. Men are away from home, away from comforts. Fights break out, resentment builds. We provide a valuable service.
Good to know. If I need anyone killed, I'll remember to find you at the Sky Eel in the future. All right. All caravan survivors, 500 brooms.
That was the down payment, 500 upon completion as well.
Well, that's good. Did you know who you had to kill to make that money?
Yes.
There's a few people that
We had your names, descriptions. We had descriptions of many others.
How many?
There
were
were
on your list?
7 of you. And then we had descriptions for another 13. 4 guards and the remainder of travelers, merchants.
And the job was to deal with us and then to go and intercept the caravan before it arrived.
Correct. Take you out as quickly as possible before you could talk.
Damn, you guys were very late. We'd already had like 6 conversations by then.
We were not
with
the first ones
gave you our
hired.
names.
We were the first ones who accepted. They had approached 3 other groups before us. I was insulted to be the 4th choice.
Yeah. If you were the first choice, you guys might have actually gotten us before we'd talked to anyone, and you might have caught us off guard instead of in the safety of the camp.
I care not for the reasons that you were marked for death. It was not personal. It was just business.
Very torturable guy. Just saying.
Yeah. Let me go and consult with your former colleagues about the quality of your information and whether that they have more to provide for their value of their lives.
Perfect.
Just business.
Just business. Brilliant. As you make your way back out of the cell, the door closing behind you, I think that's a pretty good place to wrap up for tonight. We will dive back in with the remainder of this interrogation. Very nice. Very, very nice indeed. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us, everybody. We are going to go and raid a lovely friend of the channel. For those of you watching on Twitch, for everybody else, make sure, if you are listening to the podcast or watching on YouTube, to hit the thumbs up, subscribe buttons, and leave a comment. It's free. It costs you nothing. But it does get you access to 500 Emerald Bromes. Yeah, that's right. There's nothing else to say. You get 500 Emerald Bromes when you subscribe, leave a comment, a like button, and you can claim those from Harrison whenever you see him. He's got those in his pocket. If you see him in the street, he'll just hand them straight over. Super, super easy to do. That is all from us here. Sorry, I'm just stitching Haz up really badly there. When really, I probably
my sphere pouch is known for being large,
hefty, and full of spheres. Yeah, we are going to go and raid.
Ready to provide. Discharge its content all over the viewers.
Wow. We're going to go and raid Boom Meadow, who are currently doing D&D Equinox. They've got some really cool character art, so I'm going to get that raid going. Everyone, we will see you all tomorrow night for more Tales from the Yawning Portal, Wednesday night for more Return of the Dragons, and more Cosmere RPG on Monday nights. Until then, stay safe, stay well, don't cough into a microphone. That's always great for people with headphones. And we'll see you all next time. Until then, stay safe. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.